We've all seen stories about billionaires who somehow pay less in taxes than most regular people. It sounds crazy, right? But it's not about breaking laws. It's about knowing how the system works and using it the right way. In this video titled Tax Engineers, how the rich pay 0% taxes without breaking a single law, we're going to walk through how the wealthy legally move money through 5 countries in just a few hours. We'll talk about what tax engineers actually do, how this international setup works, and why it's completely legal. If you've ever wondered how the rich keep more of their money while staying within the rules, stick around. By the end, we'll see how the game is really played. Don't forget to give Luxo-Life some love, okay? Let's get started. What is a tax engineer? A tax engineer isn't your everyday accountant. They don't sit at a desk doing tax returns or crunching numbers once a year. Instead, they're more like financial architects. Their job is to design legal systems that help wealthy individuals and businesses move money in smart, strategic ways, often across multiple countries. These systems aren't quick fixes. They're carefully built to protect wealth and reduce taxes over time. And they follow the law every step of the way. While an accountant focuses on what's already happened, like preparing reports for the year, a tax engineer works ahead of time. They create plans that can last for years. Their work involves understanding how international tax rules connect, using different tax treaties between countries, and knowing how corporate structures can be used to reduce tax pressure. They don't just know numbers, they know how laws work in different parts of the world, and they know how to connect those laws to benefit their clients. Tax engineers often help set up trusts, offshore companies, and holding structures in places with low taxes or special legal advantages. They know which countries work well together, and they understand how to time these moves perfectly. This is how money can flow through 5 countries in just a few hours, each move planned out in advance, and each country playing a role in lowering taxes legally. The 5-country money route. The 5 countries that the wealthy often move money through aren't chosen at random, they're picked for a reason. This kind of offshore tax strategy isn't about hiding money. It's about using international laws the smart way. The typical route looks something like this. The money starts in the US, then flows through Ireland, Luxembourg, Singapore, and finally lands in the UAE. Each country along the way plays a specific role in reducing taxes while staying within legal boundaries. Ireland is often the first stop because it has one of the lowest corporate tax rates in the developed world. Then it goes to Luxembourg, which has favorable rules for holding companies, making it easy to pass money through without extra tax. After that, it moves to Singapore, where dividend taxes are low, and then finally to the UAE, known for having a 0% tax rate on income and capital gains. Each transfer is legal and planned ahead, using tax treaties between countries that allow money to move smoothly with little to no tax hit. This isn't tax evasion, it's tax optimization. These moves are all about understanding how different countries work together. The strategy uses existing tax agreements, local laws, and timing to reduce how much tax is paid at each step. It's a global system that takes advantage of what the law already allows. And when done right, every transaction is recorded and reported. Nothing is hidden or shady. It might sound complicated, but to those who build these systems, it's just part of the plan. Once it's all set up, this kind of money movement can happen in a matter of hours. What makes it interesting is that every step is legal. That's why tax engineers are so valuable. They know how to use the rules of each country to their client's advantage, without breaking a single one. The 3-hour money shift. Now, let's talk about how the wealthy can move millions across the globe in just 3 hours. It might sound impossible, but with the right setup, it happens more often than you think. This is where technology meets strategy. Global banking APIs, instant settlement platforms, and smart timing come together to move money fast, legally, and efficiently. It's not about speed for the sake of speed. It's about getting funds where they need to go while reducing taxes every step of the way. Think of it like a digital assembly line for money. Once everything is structured correctly, the system runs almost on autopilot. A $20 million transfer might start in New York, pass through a holding company in Ireland, shift to Luxembourg, bounce to Singapore, and end up in a trust based in the UAE. Each move takes just minutes, thanks to connected banking systems and well-planned steps that line up with international time zones. This kind of speed isn't accidental, it's built into the system. Time zones are actually part of the strategy. While the US is sleeping, things are already moving in Europe and Asia. The timing helps keep everything running without delays. Yes, and because every piece of the setup is legal and already in place, the money doesn't get stuck. It flows quickly, cleanly, and in a way that makes tax planning more effective. Legal, not shady. We keep saying this is legal because it really is 100% legal. Everything we're talking about here is built on actual laws, not tricks or gray areas. The people who design these systems aren't trying to cheat the system. They're working within it, using rules that already exist. This is why the wealthy can do it with confidence, and why tax engineers are so valuable. They don't hide anything, they just know how to use the law better than most. This isn't about loopholes. It's the law as written. The difference is that tax engineers take the time to study international tax codes, understand cross-border rules, and build systems that take full advantage of what's allowed. It's not some hack, it's advanced planning backed by deep legal knowledge. These strategies are often more in line with government regulations than most people think. What makes it work isn't a clever shortcut, it's understanding how global tax rules connect. It's not just about filing forms correctly. It's about knowing how treaties between countries work and how to legally move money through them in a way that lowers taxes without breaking any laws. That kind of insight goes far beyond basic accounting. For a lot of people, the idea of moving money like this sounds shady. But the truth is, when it's done right, everything is clean and fully reported. There's nothing hidden and nothing to hide. The real difference is in the planning. The rich don't wait until tax season. They build systems that run all year, legally protecting their money while staying well within the rules. Why, you've never heard of this. The reason why you've probably never heard of this is because it's not taught in school. Most of us learn about taxes as something we just have to deal with once a year. You file your return, hope for a refund, and move on. But for the wealthy, taxes aren't a once-a-year task. They're part of a long-term strategy. And that mindset changes everything. This kind of tax planning requires more than just a basic understanding. It takes elite legal teams who know international tax law inside and out. These are people who study treaties, legal structures, and financial systems across borders. It's not common knowledge, and it's not something the average person can just Google and figure out overnight. That's part of why it stays out of sight for most people. We're used to thinking of taxes as something you follow, not something you plan around. But the rich treat taxes like a game of strategy. They think years ahead. They hire the best experts, and they build systems that run in the background. It's a totally different approach, one that's focused on protecting and growing wealth, not just reporting income. That's why it feels like a different world. The information is out there, but it's buried in legal codes, international laws, and financial documents most people never see. But once you understand that it's not about hiding, it's about structuring, you start to see how the rich legally stay ahead. And that's what makes this worth learning. While most people are focused on filing a simple tax return once a year, the wealthy are building global systems that manage their money 24/7 legally and strategically. Luxo lovers, if this opened your eyes or gave you a new way to look at money, make sure to like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share it with someone who needs to see this. And if you're new here, subscribe to Luxo-Life for more real insights into how the rich actually manage wealth. See you next time, Luxo lovers.